I'm sure you all know Sandra Lindsay. She started her career at Home Care and Elder Services at Cape Cod and the Islands and joined South Shore Elder Services in 2001 as the first regional family caregiver coordinator. In 2003, Ed asked her to become the Director of Program Operations, and in this capacity, she has worked closely with Ed in the day-to-day operations of South Shore Elder Services. With Ed's retirement, Sandra was recently named by the board as the new Chief Executive Officer of South Shore Elder Services. Let me congratulate Sandra first of all and welcome her to the podium. Come on up.
Thank you, everyone. Well, to talk about Ed and my relationship, we worked very closely together. I borrowed the words of 6 different people to do that. So I wanted to start just going through the almost 11 years that Ed and I have worked together. And I'm starting with Winston Churchill. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. When I first met Ed, he was doing a presentation as president of Mass Home Care. And I noticed his poise and his inspiration and his sincere words, and that stood out to me. I was at the Cape and Islands, and I was in a position being the number 2 person there. And pretty soon, when we were all working together, as Nancy had mentioned, in the Elder Care Network Southeast for the RFR, we then began working on the caregiver program. And I was one of the people helping with the proposal, and it just sounded so appealing. And then when Ed stepped forward and said it would be at South Shore Elder Services, well, I took my chance then. So my next quote is from Aesop, which says, "No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted." I started as the regional coordinator on September 11th, 2001. And 9/11 was a very difficult start at South Shore Elders. So as I'm walking around meeting different people, we were getting the news of what was going on in the world. And so my expectations quickly changed. And I found that Ed was the type of person that was walking around trying to make sure that everyone was all right. It was a board day, so the board was there, and information was coming in hour by hour, and at first it seemed like an accident, and then later when it wasn't an accident, I remember Ed's words. He came into my office and said he was thinking of letting people go because he felt that people should be with their families. And I thought that was amazing. So my next quote is from Woodrow Wilson. "There's no higher religion than human services. To work for the common good is the greatest creed." When I was developing the caregiver program, I soon discovered that Ed was a relator, and I've teased him about that ever since. He is very much a people person, and when it came to developing the caregiver program, I could basically get anybody, anything, which was amazing. Because whenever there was a dilemma, whenever there was a need, he was always focused on the caregiver or on the client. And with no rules, it was a very entertaining job and a wonderful job. But at the same time, I soon discovered that he kept everyone's focus on the client. And with the director's focus on the client, all of the staff's focus is on the client. He's very generous, he's purpose-driven, and he has allowed my creativity and my vision. And he's never wavered on looking at the needs of the consumers. So my next quote is from Henry Kissinger. "The task of the leader is to get his people from where they are to where they have not been." One of the most difficult decisions that Ed made was to restructure the agency. It wasn't a popular decision, but the outside world was changing. He recognized that the management team needed to be restructured, and just over a year of being the regional coordinator, he approached me to lead all of the programs and services in the organization. He did that by trying to streamline that the needs of the clients, the regulatory and contractual obligations would all be met. It was a very difficult time, but he was courageous in making his decision and very determined to improve and progress the agency. But to be honest, I have to quote Mahatma Gandhi. "Honest disagreement is often a good sign of progress." Ed and I are 2 completely different personalities, and our experiences led us to, as I said to Ed before, I come from the North Pole, he comes from the South Pole, but we always meet in the middle, and we always did. But nobody really wanted to be a fly on the wall in some of those conversations. But together we made the agency stronger. We had different perspectives, and we duked it out, and we did a great job. So Ed has taught me a great deal. He's had a big impact on my life. He gave me freedom to create, to develop my relationships with community providers. He supported my progressive cluster model, which helps keep people at home. And I could spend a whole evening talking about cluster, but basically he believed in a model that would deliver service to people, keep people at home, bring them home from a nursing home, and it is an incredible progressive concept for social elder services. And all that's to be said that he helped the agency grow. So I wanted the final quote to be from Bill Siobhan, because this is truly what Ed is all about. So I can see him saying this: "I'll never stop doing anything when I retire. I'll stop getting paid for it." So the final thing I want to do is, the board, as you could see from the pamphlet, has renamed the job, because I do have big shoes to fill, but fortunately for me, I get to be called something different. So what we're going to do, the senior management team wanted to retire Ed's nameplate as executive director. So he's the last executive director of South Shore Elder Services. So Ed. Attending the party for your nameplate.
Thank you, Sandra. And on my notes here it says that Sandra will introduce Ed. But since I'm already at the podium, you can say that, Sandra, if you want. Because you'll only say good things about Ed. Hopefully, Ed, you won't talk too long. He's got it written down. Watch out. If you haven't slept in a while, you having trouble sleeping at night, you should be able to get some rest now, I'm for sure. Let's welcome to the podium our guest of honor, Ed Frank.
Sit down because Frank said I talk. This is a bit obviously overwhelming. I was thinking that my first line would be, if I ever run into the guy that you're talking about all night, I'll let him know all the nice things you say. It doesn't feel like it's me. You know, it's been a wonderful ride as executive director. I'm honored and humbled to be been in the position I've been in. I was telling Dottie this, we were talking about earlier today. It's like, you know, this is a great job. This has been a great job. These are great people that I've worked with for so long. Got a little bit of stress with it, but it's just I've been gifted with this. It's time to leave. Leaving it in his exceptional hands. The words she was using for me, somebody will use for her in the future. I feel very strongly about that. But what I wanted to do, all kidding aside about talking for lunch, we already had a schedule at some point, right? So I have extra time. Brian didn't talk that long, so we got plenty of time. No, what I wanted to do is this whole build-up. It's interesting to experience this. You know, you had to give a lot of notice. You gave notice, I think, 5 years ago. And there's been a whole series of lasts. You know, the last board meeting, the last executive director meeting, the last mass home care meeting, last staff meeting. I pretty much at the end of the last. I think this is it. It's like the Last Supper. And as the last, it is my time. I know I can take a few minutes. And really the way I need to take my few minutes is really to say thank you to people. First of all, I want to say thank you to this entire room and apologize. I've seen people somewhat at a distance. I try to talk to people. I ended up in 3 or 4 receiving lines. I didn't even know I was in them. Tom Gillespie gave it away with the beginning of the funeral. And I know who's here, and I hope I can talk to everybody. But I do need to just highlight a few groups and a few individuals. So if you bear with me, I just need to use my style like that to just say thank you. I need to start here at my table, at our table. This is the 8 people who gets together on a regular basis for holiday dinners and all kinds of other things. And I have to really, for the first time ever, to publicly acknowledge Dorothy for her support. Everything she's done is one of the main reasons I'm here. The support that she gets and I get, so did my other sister here with Karen. I'm so glad that she's here. I've been gifted with 2 wonderful children, and Doug, I consider my best friend. It's great to hang out with. We talk about these trips. Everyone seems to know about our trips, but they keep us both going. It's especially very proud of him, and very, very happy that he's here and we can do so much together. And Marianne and Doug is a special son-in-law, who's just added to the family. Marianne is not only just this wonderful daughter, she's even a better mother. I'm so proud of her for that. And these 2 guys, I don't think they know the impact, Tom and Chris, they had on my life, and I know on Nini's life. She always wanted to be Nana, but Tom, at a very young age, it came out as Nini, so she's Nini. And I'm Grandpa. But I mentioned stress. There's a lot of stress on this job over the years, and there were so many times when I knew that we were going to see the boys on the weekend, we were going to do things that all I could do is look forward to, and all my memories of you 2. We don't see each other as much because they're so busy doing things, but we're still always there. And, I'd often work late, and a phone call would come from Dottie saying, the boys are coming over, and you just drop everything for you. So 2 guys, I love you both, and I'm just so glad you're here. I'm glad that the rest of my, the whole family, but other parts of my family, my sister Ann and husband Rick, and my email buddy, we go back and forth all the time, kidding with each other. And I'm usually funnier than she is. And then my closest brother, Jim, and his wife Chris, they come up from Connecticut, which is hard for me to say. They're not from Connecticut. They live in Connecticut. I think, to tell the story about Jim, I think it was like in 24 hours, their daughter had their first grandchild, Lucas. They both retired. They sold their condo in Norwood, and they bought a place in Connecticut. I think it was like, it's what it seemed like. It seemed like it was that quick. But both their daughters live there, 2 wonderful people, and now with Lucas, I wish them so well down there, but we miss you because we get together so much. But I know we were still together, and I thank you for coming up here. And I also just need to acknowledge, Dwight and I are very lucky to have moved a number of years ago, and I had this other family in the Gables, and all of you, we had a lot of fun together. It's the first place that some of them have been thrown out of in a long time. When Susan said they're going up front, I said, oh. Yeah, here they are. I want to thank Ryan for his nice, his great words, and all of the elected officials. And a lot of people have been coming and going, talking to me for the last couple of weeks, and we've got a great group in the South Shore. And I do use that, as Brian says, it's a quiet style. I do try to not push until I think it needs to be pushed, even though Al's telling me to push every day. You have to use your own style, and I've developed the relationships that they've always come through. Brian is at the top of the list as a friend and as an outstanding elected official in my we're friends. Even though I moved out of his district, we're still friends. Getting to know Senator Keenan even better in recent times, and I will continue to get to know him because he, Brian, is my new state senator. In any case, the group over here, my colleagues from around the state. This is a very special group of people. I got an award a number of years ago from the Mass Gerontology Association, and I really took it hesitantly because there's so many people sitting in this crowd that deserve that award, and so many people that I grew up with, and and I'll talk a little bit about my three friends in a minute. But when they talk about a phone call away, this group here is a phone call away. Always has been, and I know always will be on a personal as well as professional basis. So I appreciate you all being here. And this is my one chance, my last chance publicly to acknowledge Al Norman and all that he does. I mean, half the room knows who Al is, the rest of you don't know who he is. But let me tell you, he's the hardest working man I've ever been involved with. The most passionate man I've ever been involved with. He's the reason our system is where it is. And all my colleagues know that. I just salute you, Al, as a friend, as a colleague, and I just want to applaud you. I thank the Secretary for being here. It was a very special moment for him. We go way back, and it was great to see the senior Secretary saying that kind of words. So thank you very much. And it's an honor to have Frank Livia here, who's a good friend, my lunch buddy. So, and I'm glad that he made the trek over here. And we will continue to stay close. So, thank you. To that side of the room, thank you. There's so many other people. The board of directors, as I think back, and Brian mentioned, I think they were talking over there, we've got some former board members here, and people I still stay in contact with. A number of people who passed away over time. The board presidents that I've become so close to. Roger Klein was here, and Roger was just a true friend. What do you mean, a true friend? Ed Mulvey, our current president, I really got to know him, and I think we've gotten to know each other. We've become, I think, friends, and he's just been a great support. And I thank all the board. I thank Joyce for her words tonight in the friendship and all the advisory council. I know I could go on, but there's so many people. I look at Paul and all of the providers that are here. We get a lot of credit for things that young people do, and you know how I feel about our providers and how we need to work together. So I thank you for being here, for speaking, and for all of you. Councils and Aging, there's a number of people here from Councils and Aging. We have a special group in the South Shore, and they just work so incredibly hard in our communities, and we work together. I want to do a special shout out to Karen Sadler, who's retiring herself as the longtime outreach coordinator, 25 years in Hingham. As everyone's been saying, we'll all replace it with, but there's only one Karen, so thank you, Karen. It's just a list of things. It's not a whole speech. We have a great community here in the South Shore. And I say this again, the last time I can say it. The group of human service people on the South Shore, the individuals, the agencies, the organizations, how we all come together. There's competition in the group, but you don't know it when we work together. I look down, I look at Nate Marley from Visiting Angels, who runs a great fundraiser for Diana Roll Colony and us, and brings so many people together with that function. And so many other times that we're together, people drop their competition and just work together. And that's what the South Shore is all about. That's what it is to me. I just appreciate it. And so many of them are here tonight. And then, the hospital certainly not least the staff. So for a bunch of staff here, social services. I mean, I get credit for a lot of things that people do, and I say that as I leave. I'm the director, and people know who I am, but it's these people who are doing what needs to get done, and making me and the rest of our managers look good. So thank you all. I salute you all. mentioned Sandra. She's clearly ready to take over, and I appreciate her words, but also her friendship and her readiness to take over. So, Sandra, best wishes and thank you for everything. Diane, thank you as well for your long friendship and support over the years and for your words tonight. It's becoming real. And, it hasn't been real until tonight, I would say. And so I thank Diane for all she's done over the years. John May is here. Finington, as director, is just a good friend and is a solid individual who will do anything that I need. And the good news for people, so that you know, he's almost finished his remedial math course. So, he's the only finance director, as far as I know. Maybe some others know that he has difficulty adding and subtracting. But I kept him around because he's a good guy. And the last half person I want to mention, I don't know, I see it, there she is. I promised her she didn't have to talk. Okay? And, but I do need to give a special, very special thank you to Susan for tonight would happen, but not like this without Susan. She took everything. For all of your support over the years, for everything that you've done for me, and our families have become friends and went to weddings and we just mean a lot. I do have a small token from our family for you. If I could find it, great. You do have to come up. You don't have to speak. I know it's traditional to give a bouquet of flowers, but I've known Susan for a long time and she's not a bouquet person. So these are flowers that I know Bill, not her, but Bill will do it, and I hope that they live in your yard and you think about the Flint family who loves you dearly and thanks you for everything. That's pretty close to being it, but don't leave yet. I use the word friendship a lot, relationship. Sandra and I go around and around about what's a relator. She's got me like high on the top of the list of relating. Sometimes she tells me it's not a good thing. Sometimes she tells me it's a good thing. But I mean, when I came to South Shore 20 years ago, one of the things that they said to me was, the agency's not that well known in the community. And, it does good work, but it's just not that well known. And I took that on to try to become the face of the agency and develop. Like I said earlier, you can be the face, but if you don't have people behind you, there's nothing. So fortunately, there's people behind me. But I try to build it with relationships. I feel very strongly about that. Because if you work with people, and I know I'm quote a lot on that thing, it doesn't matter who does it, but that's what I live. It doesn't really matter. We can compete with each other all we want, but we've got to get it done. It doesn't have to be us. It can be you. That's fine. And that's the way I try to live this 20 years. And I know it will carry on. But the relationships are what mean everything to me, and the friendships that I've developed, and that you've developed with me. Many of you have let me into your life. I've learned from you. I've been moved by you. And I hope that I can touch some of you in the way that you touched me. So again, I'm deeply honored by tonight, by all of you showing up. If you understand that Susan gave everybody $20 a head to show up. That's the other way you said pay attention. But I'm just humbled by that. But I've been humbled by this job and by knowing all of you. So I'm starting to ramble now, so I have to stop. So I'm going to end it with a sincere other thank you for tonight and for 20 wonderful years to all of you. Thank you very much.
I am shocked we still have a full hall. I lost a $10 bet with John Malloy. I said it'd be 35 minutes. And we were less than that. But, you know I'm only joking. We do have a special request, though. One of our board members would like to come up at this point. Is June Newman here? June, you want to come up now? We have a few other things. Don't leave yet. Newman is from our board of directors. She's a former council on aging director as well.
It's just a little song for Ed. I love this man. He came into this job when I was the outreach coordinator for the Council on Aging, and he was so special when I first met him. And he's just become more dear and more respected and more loved over the years. Thank you, Ed, for being a friend to everyone in this room. I just wrote a little song. You made us love you. You helped to get us through it. You pushed to get us through it. You made us love you. Your kind and gentle manner, your love and tender candor, your bright and calm demeanor, you brought to us. Your sweet disposition were such a plus. You made us proud and we loved you as our leader, a very special leader. You know how much we love you. Yes, we do. Pete, we do. You know I do.
Sure, that was beautiful. June will be on America's Got Talent next week. That was beautiful. Let's see if I have my notes still in order here. Very impressed that the secretary is still here. She stole my notes earlier, but I remember she left them here for me. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to invite the two boys up here, grandsons. And Grandpa, you could come up as well. Is that right, Grandpa?